What's good, YouTube? We're back. We're gonna be reacting to Tommy G inside South Dakota's most dangerous hoods. Fresh off the boat 2 hours ago. 70K views. We're active, bro. I got my talkies. Let's go.
Rapid City police are on the lookout for several suspects following 5 shootings in the last week.
In the last few years, the Rapid City Police Department has seen an uptick in violent crimes.
Dude basically said, hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show. I had to
Hold on. Since when who lives in South Dakota? Who the fuck?
pick my brother up after he got shot, you know?
I never planned to be 50 years old ever. I thought I would be passed away way before that, you know.
My daughter, supposedly she was accidentally shot by another guy there with a gun.
Okay, wait. Where is South Dakota on the map? Where is South Dakota? Oh my god, it's in the middle. Straight in the middle. I'd just go to Minnesota. Not even Nebraska, not even Kansas. Okay, Kansas maybe. But Minnesota is like active there. Oh, let's look at photos. South Dakota, who lives in the middle? Let's look at some photos. This looks like one town. That's probably the main street in the whole state. Oh, my fault. Oh, my fault, G. Okay, well, hold on. To be fair, it's only a couple of buildings. Oh, is that where the faces of the mountains are? The mountains with faces in South Dakota. Mount Rushmore. It's in South Dakota? Oh! Okay. Fair enough. But I didn't know people would be active there.
Nationally, it's actually ranked somewhere in the middle, and it's more dangerous than states like Kentucky, Florida, and Illinois.
How is South Dakota more dangerous than Florida? Ain't no way. And Illinois? I mean, okay, I don't know. Chicago.
Now, for most South Dakota citizens, it is
no way
reasonably safe. But if you are a Native American man, it's a different story altogether. You see, Rapid City is South Dakota's most dangerous city, and Pine Ridge is the most dangerous reservation. And together, these two share kind of a strange relationship. It's kind of like Chicago and Rockford, where you have gangsters going back and forth to flee from the law. And in Rapid City, shooting has been on the rise, and most of it is tied to Native gang activity. And here's another interesting fact about South Dakota. It is arguably the most incarcerated state in the country. Some estimates say that up to 7 out of 10 Native men will serve at least once in jail or prison. And although Natives make up only 9% of the state population, they make up nearly half of the prison and jail population. To investigate this further, we head to Rapid City and we dig into the trends of violence and incarceration. We meet with guys like Eric, a man who has served decades in prison and now is out advocating to stop the cycle. Vinny, a local rapper whose brother was killed at one of his recent shows. And of course, to really get into the mud, we make a stop at a local trap house. Join us as we go boots on the ground in South Dakota.
Tell us where we are right now.
We in Dakota Homes right now, this deep north, you know what I'm saying? Deep north side. It's a little dilapidated, etc., but there's a lot of love in the area, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot more dilapidated. I don't know what that means, but
Ghetto is part of the town right here, man.
Yeah?
It's our own little world over here, you know? Because it's like, even though we're so close to everything else, you can go right down the street and see business districts and shit like that. It's its own entity over here, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what goes down around here?
Drugs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, and the dealings that come with that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? As far as robberies, as far as, you know what I'm saying, killings over a little bullshit, you know, an ounce of weed and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody die over it, so it's like.
Do you guys know someone that have died over an ounce of weed?
There's a quad, bro. Yes.
Over an ounce of weed?
7 grams.
It wasn't
7
even an
grams.
ounce, it was a couple.
A quad,
It was like
dude?
5
Did you guys
Yeah.
call it a quad around here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked up many of quads in my day. Never have I ever thought about I was gonna die over it.
Dude didn't expect that night either, you know what I'm saying? I went to prison for possession of marijuana. It was my first charge I've ever caught in my life. The judge was just a little hard on me, you know?
How long did you serve for marijuana?
He gave me 6 years and suspended 5 of it. So I only
6 years?
Yes, for possession of
how
marijuana.
much marijuana are we talking?
It was a pound, you know what I'm saying? So my charge was possession of 1 to 10 pounds. So it didn't matter if I had 1 pound or 9.5.
Was that technically a felony then?
Yes, it is. At the time, that was a different time in my life. And I was, you know, playing loud music, drinking, driving, doing the most, you know, being sloppy with it.
So you got pulled over in a DWI type of situation, and then they searched the car for weed?
They smelled weed immediately. I just, like I said,
were you chiefing it big time?
Yeah, okay. I was smoking when they pulled me over. I try to play it off. I try to give them my blunt piece and be like, this is all I have, sir, you know? They weren't going for that though, so.
Did that seem absurd that you could be put in a cage for weed?
Yes, sir. Dude, it changed the course of my life. You know, I had a very practical outlook on life in general. I was a real normal kid. I played sports. I wanted to be a nurse, you know? So it's like that,
Can you no longer work for a hospital now?
No, I couldn't get a job in Walmart once I got out of prison.
You can't even get a job in Walmart?
No, I was trying to show my little brother a different way, you know, like the lifestyle that we had got into, it was based off circumstance. And that's my history in Rapid City, essentially. A lot of people know me out here for like sports and stuff, but like
What'd you play?
I played football, basketball, I ran track.
This guy on the right, the rapper, I'm not gonna lie, he's probably one of the most well-spoken rappers I've seen in my life. It really tells you how prison can change someone. I can't lie.
You know?
We head next to I Am Legacy, an organization focused on empowering Native people and helping ex-cons rebuild their lives. Founder Eric Brainswhite invited us to a roundtable discussion led by former inmates to tackle the tough issue of incarceration among Native men.
Like, you can't tell by looking at me or anything, you know, but I used to do the gang thing, and I left everything I've ever known in my life that I was good at and entered a life where I didn't know anything. I changed. Yeah, I never planned to be 50 years old, ever. I thought I would be, you know, pass away way before that, you know. The younger you experience these violent things, it increases the likelihood of you repeating them in this community. That's why we focus on the youth. One of the things that to help these guys, you know, kind of redirect their situation a little bit.
Yeah.
So you come in here, tire them out a little bit, put them on the weight, healthy choices, healthy options. We also do drug court. This is where we offer AA, NA, things like that in here. And we know about that life. We've been there. That's why we care. And there is a way out. We found it, and that's all we're trying to show these young brothers.
I see your shirt, Healing with Conviction. What does that mean to you?
That I'm coming with the truth. You know, I've lived it, been there, done that, and went through a lot of the struggles here. So I'm trying to heal with that conviction, and also with, you know, me being incarcerated as well. I was 18 years old. I shot at some people here in town, and at age 18, I was sentenced to 12 years in the South Dakota State Penitentiary. They shot at my family. Drove around, looked for them, found them, and 4th of July, 1996, I retaliated.
You have the most gangster Hello Kitty tattoo I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yes,
Can you tell me about that?
So I have a special needs daughter.
Okay.
So a lot of this is for her, you know. So like I have the wheelchair there for her. She loves Mickey Mouse. The don't count the days, make the days count. When we found out that she has a rare brain disorder, they told us she wouldn't see her first birthday. So we marked the date when we were told that. And
that was in 2011?
Yeah, grateful today she's 13. My first son, I wasn't there. Incarcerated, I missed his birth, and you know, just wasn't in the relationship, you know, there. And meet my wife, and with Alejandra, our daughter with special needs, I learned to embrace that, you know, I needed to fully protect her. For me, quitting drinking is what helped, to be able to get up if she's having seizures, to be able to get up, you know, at a drop of a hat, to assist her or assist my wife in her care.
Did about 18 years in prison.
That's a long time.
Where I grew up, Dakota Homes, in the hood out here. It was kind of almost like an expectation. At some point, you know, hey, you might end up going to prison. You know, from our neighborhood, is drug and alcohol related. Every single felony, every single charge.
So non-violent offender?
Non-violent, all non-violent. I'm a 9-time felon.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Thank you. What's happening, bro? Hey, man. What's up, man?
How you doing?
All right.
Good to see you, man.
Water, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we Legacy. We're deep up there, the homies.
Yeah.
We
I
got
respect that.
everybody from every clique in town.
I respect that for sure, because there's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, older folks that lead the youth astray.
I feel you, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like they don't know no better when they're that young.
Nah,
like,
man.
we grow up in the shit we see, like we think it's normal, you feel me? Then you grow up and you have your own mind now, and it's
you know
like,
what? I want you guys to know how important you are to our people, man.
Word.
We don't need you wasting your lives on dumb shit, man.
Word.
You know what that means? For your sacrifice.
Hey, tell them what it means.
Tell them what that means.
No, it's from Sundance.
Ceremony, bro.
Hold on, will you put the
piercing.
Yep.
Sundance ceremony is basically a women appreciation ceremony. We're showing appreciation to the women because the women get their their blood every month and that cleans their slate. That's our way of cleaning the slate. Even going into Lipi. Lipi stands for a sweat lodge. You go in there and pray. You're going in there to be cleansed, you know, cleanse what you be doing out here. You know, all those gangs and drugs out here, because there's not much opportunities for youth out here.
That is another factor.
You, bro?
Oh, this is my little brother.
Is it?
He passed away in 2022.
I heard about that, bro.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
He passed away in 2022 due to gun violence. That was our first show we ever were gonna have in Eagle Butte. It was gonna be a great turnout, you know. There was nothing but unchies and kids out there. There's free food, you know. Like, you never really see like 50 people out there for the openers, but that first person I was out there, there's like 50 plus people showing love, you know. We were gonna go on last, and there was a boy that was threatening to shoot the show months before, and we didn't really take it serious, you know. We didn't even reply to his threats or anything like that, but it came down to the day of the show, 90-degree weather, and he's in the crowd with the same bag on that he's showing his gun on Snapchat every day, and with a mask on in 90-degree weather, you know. So I came and I tried to speak with him because I know what he was saying, and when I came and tried to talk to him, he got real abrasive and was like, "Why are you trying to check me? Get away from me," boom. And I'm like, "Look, man," and I grabbed his bag and I pulled it to me. I felt his gun and I said, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" But he's like, "Just get off me, get away from my bag." I don't want to freak everybody out and be like, "Hey, he got a gun." So whenever the security comes up to me, I say, "Hey man, he has a gun." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I felt it." So he tried to escort dude away. Dude basically said, "Hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show." I look around, like I said, there's nothing but elders and kids, you know. My family's come all the way from Colorado to come see us. I'm like, we got to do something. And that's what the dude asked. He's like, "Please stop him. There's police around there and everything." The police didn't do shit. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot, you know. That's another just testament as far as where we don't really rely on the police, you know. That's vigilantes. Like the definition of a vigilante is somebody that gets justice by their own means, but while not involved in the law. And it's that bottom line that they don't look out for us. They say they're supposed to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when my brother got killed, I had to pick him up. I had to everything, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Hey, I lost my little brother too. He got shot and killed down at the Teddy Sports Bar.
Yeah, this happened to every generation though. When I was a youngster, my best homie got shot in the face at my house right up the hill right here, man.
Word.
In the hood, you know, it changed us forever, man.
You can't be in the position where someone abuses it with their power, and you can't be in the position where you abuse someone with the power that you're given, because you can be kind but never try to be submissive, and you can be strong but you can never be cruel.
We're coming up to a grief meeting for moms that have lost sons to the street, I presume. This is going to be kind of a tough conversation. What have you seen as a mom in Rapid City?
I've seen a lot of violence and a lot of killings. Not so much when I was growing up. There was, you know, here and there, nothing like today.
You think it's worse now?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
There wasn't as much guns back when we were growing up at all. Both of my children died from a gun. My son always had a gun. My older son, he always carried a gun. He's not anymore. He's 31 and a dad now.
What brought him out of the gang life?
His kids.
Now, gangs can be really attractive for a young man, right? Why do you think that is? And do you think it actually brings any benefit to their life?
I have my oldest son who I kept in every sport available. He didn't have time to do any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we hit high school, and that attraction was just immediate. You know, he started then missing school and then running and getting in trouble. Whereas with CJ, he was kind of, you know, I moved to Mitchell, moved all my kids there. They gradually came back here. They didn't like it there. So he was around it all the time. And to me, it seems like he kind of just, you know, he still got in his fights and ran around, but, you know, he wasn't kept from it like I did with my older son. And I feel like he kind of, you know, kept himself out of trouble, although, you know, ultimately he died from suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And then also my daughter, you know, I probably never know the real true story there, but you know, supposedly she was accidentally shot by another guy there with a gun.
How do you bring economic opportunities back to an area like this?
I was, I guess, one of the lucky ones out of the whole group of guys I was with. I mean, I was considered one of the original TBC guys. And
that's one of the most notorious gangs in the north side?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got my brother, and there were several of us. It started out with like over a dozen of us. Out of all of, I mean, almost every one of them went to prison but me.
How did you avoid prison?
Well, I think, you know, one of the things that stuck in my head around that time was my mom. My mom started going to meetings, and at that time, I used to look at her like, oh man, she must be really messed up. And my whole thing was backwards. That was when I was in my drinking time too. And for me, it was like, that was one of the things I came back to when I did sober up. And it was getting in a relationship at that time that helped me kind of come out of that rut, and then kids, that was the other thing. And that kind of opened my eyes up to my drinking and my drugging. And one thing led to another. And next thing you know, I've been doing this for over 30 years. And that's what keeps me motivated, is my work. And throughout all that whole time, I've stumbled a few times. I went back out there and tried it again. That lasted a short time, but I knew what was better at that time. I guess that's the core of it for me, is getting some kind of a structure in your life to go to, your positive. Today it's better, but it took me a long time to get to this point.
It's amazing how many times it can take doing the same shit over and over to learn the lesson properly.
In life, we all have setbacks. You can have setbacks as early as you were 8 years old, but just know that there's always better. Life is not a straight line. And progress is not like a straight line that goes up. You know, you're gonna have setbacks, and then you're gonna try to change, and it's gonna set you back even further. You go up like this, then down like this. And then you can go all the way up like this, then you can go down like this. Then you can go up, down. That's how life is. And it's the beauty of it, because you experience and you can learn from every type of stop you have in your life. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I don't know. Just don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And see y'all in the next video. Peace.